This year's charity event is here and we got some adjustments to talk about, so let's begin. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Let's get into talking about what we're getting this week. This week we're getting the Autism charity event. I don't really know what it's called because in the patch note it's called 1% of the planet, but anyway, this is the charity event to raise money to help people who have autism, or provide for them at least. There's going to be a skin for Toy Merchant available in the store that's an A tier. It's called Whispered Light. It should be available for around 838 echoes if we're taking into consideration past year's events, and I believe the money goes towards charity, as someone mentioned in the last video. You know, make sure you double check it before you buy it. The event will also give you some free stuff, probably including clues and fragments, but not only that, it will probably also give you the emote called Special Heart, where she kind of does a kind of astral heart kind of thing. This is available for Toy Merchant only, and there's also a portrait called Light Keeper that is themed around the skin. Some more stuff that we're getting this week. We're getting the continuation of the story event. There's no new content added to the story event, so you know, you'll be able to just go and access, if you haven't already done the story, well, you get to continue doing the story. So there's week 1, week 2, you'll be able to get all of the rewards, purchase stuff from the special event shop and stuff like that. But there's nothing new if you've already completed the last 2 weeks events, as far as I know, at least, as far as I know. And not to mention that we also still have access to the final blowout mode. That is the really cool mode where you get to play normal IDV, but with special card effects. I really enjoyed doing it and I need to play some more of it because I've only played whatever I played last stream. But yeah, it was a lot of fun and I was really glad that I got to test that one out. Hullabaloo, possibly, as far as I know, should be available in rank this week, so that's going to be cool, unless they make some changes and maybe delay him a little bit further. But I believe that they should release him to rank this week. If everybody had access to him last week, usually they release the characters to rank the following week. We're getting some character days this week, including Mad Eyes' character day on the 27th. It's going to be his 5th character day, meaning he gets the special reward of a wall hanging portrait that you'll be able to put in your room. And on the 29th, we're getting Toy Merchant's character day. That's going to be her 3rd character day, and she's getting a cool animated graffiti. Some extra things that I wanted to mention before we move on to extra future content that's not coming this week, or possibly isn't coming this week. This week we might possibly be getting a Q&A, so some more details that I'll be able to talk about next week. Maybe giving us information about Christmas events and stuff like that, or maybe even stuff in the future, maybe even next year. Let's talk about some future content. Well, as I was talking about the story event not too long ago, there's some information about some upcoming story events that we get to know about. There's going to be another story event, another main story event that we don't really know what it is. But after that, they've announced that there's going to be a story event for the Game Zero. If you don't know what Game Zero is, as I understand, it's the first Identity 5 match in the lore. This will include characters such as Patient, Psychologist, Mind's Eye, Sculptor, and Novelist/Orpheus. I'm not really aware of what happens in the lore in Game Zero, but I'm excited to see what's going to happen. I'm not really sure when this is going to be. It could be next year, it could be following years, but this is still cool. A lot of these characters are fan favorites, so yeah, very cool. I also want to mention that they announced in this same kind of update that they gave us that they were going to add another survivor identity switch before the Game Zero event releases. So who could that be? Possibly Entomologist. Let's talk about some character adjustments. NetEase added some massive changes into the test server, and I want to talk about them as fast as we possibly can. So Gravekeeper is getting a big change to his ability where he's able to now select a location. He will zoom towards that location and then emerge from the ground, kind of exploding and pushing any hunter away from the radius that, you know, if they hit them with the shovel, kind of. It's like a new harassment tool. The remaining duration of the shovel will then be reduced by 15 seconds. After the digging ends, the remaining duration of the shovel is reduced by 10 seconds, and the adjusted shovel cooldown is now 13 seconds. I want to quickly remind you guys that these adjustments might not necessarily be added to the game. They're just things that are in the test server and may even change or be removed completely before release, so who knows if these be added, but it's most probable that we'll see something like this. Professor's getting a change where his scale hardening, or his shield, can now block control effects such as Wax Artist's freeze effect when he freezes you in wax, and Cat Stun, and Gamekeeper's Trap. If you watch the video that with this, it's really impressive what he can do with it now. It's a big buff, and the cooldown of scale hardening after blocking a normal attack damage has changed to 65 seconds. Forward has had a change where his All Thumbs passive trait, that's a decoding speed reduction, has been reduced to 25%. I can't remember what it was originally. Was it higher or lower? I don't know if this is a buff or a nerf, but anyway. Journalist has had a change where her illusions can now not collide with other objects when they vanish. Illusions can now block projectiles when summoned. Illusions can now block projectiles when summoned. I'm assuming that means like hooks and maybe wax blasts and stuff like that. I'm not really sure. When a hunter is near a pallet, an illusion can now place the pallet without moving to the designated location within the target's pallet area. I have no idea what that means. seconds. I have no clue. You guys can tell me what that means. Seer's getting a pretty dramatic nerf. I would say this is quite dramatic, where his passive taxing effect that happens whenever he uses his owl, he gets a decrease in his vaulting speed. This has been changed to now his vaulting speed is 10% less, and decoding speed is now decreased by 5% for every time he uses the owl to protect someone, even if it doesn't get hit. So this can scale now up to 15% slower decoding speed with a maximum of 3, of course. Priestess has had a small nerf where her minimum stun duration for hunters going through a portal have been changed to between 1.7 seconds to 3.1 seconds. I believe it was longer before, so now it's a little bit shorter stun as far as I know. Violinist has had a big change. They're maybe going to make him much stronger, where they've reduced the palette breaking time by 0.25 seconds. They've increased the placement speed of the second music note and the release of perpetual motion, so I believe that means it triggers a little bit faster. The terrifying string that he places will now deal damage along with the floor lines when he uses his full presence perpetual motion. So before you could just stand in the middle of the line and not be affected by that, but now it will also deal damage, so survivors need to be careful. And they've increased the fluctuation speed of perpetual motion string music. Naiad has had a change where they've slightly extended the duration of the normal attack judgment. I believe that's a nerf. It means that she takes longer to attack. I don't really know. For Opera Singer, they've reduced the speed of Shadow Leap by 12%. They've increased the cooldown of Shadow Dance to 24 seconds, and they've fixed an issue with an abnormal speed change while using the Shadow Leap. So that sounds like nerfs all around here. For Hermit, they've increased the decoding progress of connected cipher machines to 53% and reduced the transmission loss to 5%. So I think that's a nerf for him. I don't know if that's a buff or a nerf, but anyway, you guys can tell me. For Goatman, this is probably one of the first Goatman changes we've seen in a while. They've reduced the initial resentment recovery to 1.8 per second and 2.3 per second after tier 2. So that means it's going to take him longer to generate more energy so he can summon cages. And they've also shortened the time for survivors to break cages when they are near the rocket chair. So someone is on the rocket chair, of course. This is going to be great for people coming in for the rescue, as he won't be able to just block you and block you and block you. The Shadow has had some changes as well. They've unified the cooldown of Revelation to 20 seconds. I don't really know what they mean by unify here. They've adjusted the speed of corruption buildup when within 32 meters of a rocket chair with a survivor on to 0.5 times normal rates. I believe it was 1 and now it's 0.5 normal rate, or was it 0.7 before? When controlling Yithian in the infected state, whilst holding the Revelation skill, it will end the infection early. Again, not completely clear on the effects of this. You guys should definitely watch some videos where people have kind of covered or showcased some of this. I have not showcased it myself. And a general change towards quick messages. They've made it so a quick message cooldown is now changed to 5 seconds, and they're going to be adding Dark Woods to ranked match. And I'm very excited about this. Dark Woods is actually a really cool map. I do think it's been ready to be played a little bit more for quite some time now, since they have added it to quick match and stuff. Maybe they'll make some more adjustments before it gets added to rank match, but I'm excited to see it because this map looks aesthetically really pretty, and they've done some great changes since it used to be pretty difficult to play on before. Time for us to do a little bit of speculation here, some rumors. The Japanese community of Identity V have been speculating that the game will have a collaboration with the Madoka Magica, or Madoka Magica? I don't really know how you say this. I've heard of it. Anime, I believe that it is. And this is due to a scene that was shown in a Japanese exclusive Identity V advert. If you remember, not too long ago, we had to do some voting for what we wanted a crossover to be, or what crossover we wanted to come to Identity V. There was a massive list of anime and films that they could have suggested that we pick from. And I believe that Madoka Magica was on that. And a lot of people have been talking about how they want that to be the crossover that comes first. I've seen so many people mention this in the past. So looks like we might possibly be getting a crossover for that. That's kind of exciting, right? You see the video that's on the screen right there? Well, YouTube thinks that you'll like it, so you better go and check that one out.